This presentation discusses 5 topics on the dangers and consequences caused by tobacco use. Tobacco use can cause lung, mouth, and other cancers. Cigarette smoke leads to lung disease. Smoking is the leading cause of many cardiovascular diseases. Nicotine from tobacco use disrupts brain and nerve function, and e-cigarette use is the most common among youth.
One of the most dangerous effects of tobacco use is the development of cancer. In fact, 40% of all diagnosed cancers in the United States are linked to tobacco use, with 3 in 10 cancer deaths being caused by cigarette smoking. Smoking is the main risk factor for lung cancer, which is the primary cause of cancer death in both men and women. However, tobacco use can also lead to many other types of cancers, as illustrated by the image on the right, which include pancreas, blood, and stomach cancers. Smokeless tobacco, such as chewing tobacco, can also cause cancers, most commonly in the mouth and throat. If you are a smoker and develop cancer, quitting smoking has shown to improve the outcome of cancer patients and decrease the likelihood of getting a secondary cancer in both patients and survivors.
Cigarettes contain over 7,000 chemicals that are harmful to your lungs. One of these is acrolein, which is harmful in very small doses. One of the main diseases to your lungs is COPD, and it includes both emphysema and chronic bronchitis. In fact, tobacco use is linked to as many as 8 out of every 10 deaths from COPD. And both usage of tobacco and secondhand smoke from tobacco can cause COPD, especially at a young age, which stunts lung development. There is no cure to COPD, and treatment includes supplemental oxygen. And then prevention includes exercise and avoiding smoking and secondhand smoke to begin with.
Smoking is a leading cause of cardiovascular disease, accounting for 1 out of every 4 fatalities. Smoking can lead to various forms of CVD, such as coronary heart disease, hypertension, heart attack, stroke, aneurysms, and peripheral artery disease. When inhaled, the hazardous mixture of more than 7,000 chemicals in a cigarette smoke can disrupt vital biological functions that keep it running smoothly. Cardiovascular disease is a leading cause of death in the United States, accounting for 800,000 fatalities each year. Cigarette smoking is responsible for roughly 20% of these deaths. Never starting to smoke is the best approach to protect your heart from smoking-related diseases and mortality. If you do smoke cigarettes, though, the sooner you can stop, the better.
Tobacco use not only causes cancer, cardiovascular, and lung diseases, but it can also have a considerable effect on the brain and nerves. Nicotine has the ability to imitate certain neurotransmitters, which sends signals to the brain. The brain then begins compensating for the increase in signals. This then leads to a nicotine tolerance. In short, smoking causes changes in the brain, which can make withdrawal very difficult. Research also shows that smoking causes a loss in brain volume. Smokers have greater volume loss when compared to non-smokers. The habenula and the striatum are the 2 most affected regions of the brain. The striatum is involved with the brain circuits in promoting addiction, and the habenula contributes to negative reinforcement mechanisms that increases nicotine use. Smoking also tends to increase risk of stroke by 2 to 4 times.
Tobacco use among youth. Electronic cigarettes are currently the most common use of tobacco among the youth. Some common e-cigs include vape pens, vaporizers, e-pens, e-pipes, e-hookahs, e-cigars, and the most popular is the Juul. A recent article from PubMed states that Juul Labs report that each pod is approximately equivalent to about 1 pack of cigarettes. Although the amount of tobacco consumption is gradually decreasing, there is a greater concentration of nicotine in the modern e-cigarettes, and its greatest consumers are today's youth. With hundreds of e-cigarettes in the market, more and more people are ingesting these harmful chemicals, not knowing the amount of nicotine they contain.